and mobile. And here we are many years later. And...
Για να καταλάβετε τι είναι η μάθηση, πρώτη φορά που είχα μάθει για την έννοια της μάθησης, εν τω μεταξύ μαθηματικά, η έννοια είναι η τέχνη να μαθαίνεις. Τέλος πάντων, άρα δεν μπορείς να μάθεις κάτι χωρίς μαθηματικά, που είναι τελείως αλόκοτο, γιατί ακόμα και στην επιστήμη των υπολογιστών τα γλωσσικά μοντέλα μαθαίνουν μόνο με μαθηματικά. Άμα σας πω με ποιο τρόπο κωδικοποιούνται οι λέξεις και πώς γίνονται η εκλογήκευση αριθμών, θα ψιλοφρικάρετε. Εγώ όταν το κατάλαβα, δηλαδή ψιλοφρίκαρα, γιατί είναι όλα διανυσματικές πράξεις, και όταν τα κοιτάω, και πίνακες, και όταν τα κοιτάω, πάντα σκέφτομαι, ξέρω εγώ, τους καθηγητές μας στη γραμμική álgebra και είμαι σαν, ωραία, πούστη. 100 χρόνια μετά η γραμμική álgebra μόνο, ρε, Τέλος πάντων, η πρώτη φορά που έμαθα για την έννοια της μάθησης ήταν η σκύλη του Παυλόβ. Ουσιαστικά ένας Ρώσος βιολόγος ήθελε να μάθει πώς να εκπαιδεύσει τα σκυλιά. Βασικά οι άνθρωποι μαθαίνανε από πολύ νωρίς. Η εξημέρωση ουσιαστικά είναι μια διαδικασία μάθησης. Η εξημέρωση ζώων είναι μια διαδικασία μάθησης να μπουν σε ένα ανθρώπινο περιβάλλον όλα αυτά. Ουσιαστικά οι άνθρωποι έχουν μάθει να εξημερώνουν άλλα βιολογικά συστήματα, τώρα μαθαίνουμε να εξημερώνουμε μηχανικά συστήματα. Και τέλος πάντων στο πείραμά του Παύλοβ χτυπούσε το καμπανάκι και ερχόντουσαν τα σκυλιά και τα τάιζε. Και όταν δεν το χτυπούσε, δεν τα τάιζε. Οπότε τα σκυλιά άρχισαν να βγάζουν σάλια την ώρα που χτυπούσε το καμπανάκι. Αυτό. Σκέψου πώς να μπει στη διαδικασία για να καταλάβεις πώς να μαθαίνεις, ξέρω εγώ. Αυτό το έμαθα. Μπήκα στη διαδικασία του να καταλάβω πώς να μαθαίνω όταν έπρεπε να μάθω πράγματα που δεν έπρεπε να μάθω. Το απίστευτα καλό ελληνικό εκπαιδευτικό σύστημα. Πράγματα που δεν ήθελα να μάθω, αλλά έπρεπε να μάθω. Και τότε έλεγα, κοίτα, θα πρέπει να βρεθεί τρόπος έτσι ώστε να μπουν όλα αυτά τα πράγματα στο κεφάλι μας και να μπουν γρήγορα και να μπουν σωστά. Όχι τσαπατσούλικα. Και με ποιους τρόπους μπορώ να μάθω πιο γρήγορα ιστορία. Με ποιους τρόπους μπορώ να μάθω πιο γρήγορα, ξέρω εγώ, αρχαία. Είναι πάρα πολύ διαφορετική η τρόπη που θα μάθεις αρχαία με τους τρόπους που θα μάθεις ιστορία ή με τους τρόπους που θα μάθεις μαθηματικά ή φυσική. Ή προγραμματισμό που είναι μαθαίνοντας από την πράξη. Αυτή με την εμπειρία δηλαδή. Αυτό πάρα πολύ επίπονα. Το έχει πει και ο Αριστοτέλης. Τα φρούτα, πώς το λένε, οι ρίζες της μάθησης είναι πικρές. Και ο σκύλος. Άμα θες να μάθεις πρέπει να πονέσεις.
Your next act was actually, I guess 2 acts later, literally spawning one of the major platform shifts. Yeah. But that's really what's happening. 18, 20-year-olds are deciding that they could get their degree, but they're going to miss the wave. Like, because all of this stuff, that's great. Everything's happening right now. What is it?
Φαντάσου να είσαι 18 χρονών, να είσαι στην Αμερική και να λες, δεν μπορώ να μην ανοίξω εταιρεία τώρα, ρε φίλε. Έλεος. Θα χάσω τη ζωή μου. Τρελό περιβάλλον, απλά.
Have an intuitive sense, like speaking to even a lot of the really great billion-dollar company founders, some of them are just not that aware of what's happening. Like their CEOs, it's wild. Right? Yeah, I think.
Αυτό που λέει ισχύει 200%. Οι περισσότεροι άνθρωποι δεν έχουν ιδέα με αυτά που γίνονται. Και όταν πήραν πρώτη φορά το iPhone στο χέρι τους, ήταν σε φάση, τι είναι αυτό, ρε φίλε. Τρελαθούμε, πάρε 1.000 ευρώ και δώσ' το μου. Αυτή είναι η φάση, ότι οι περισσότεροι άνθρωποι δεν έχουν καμία επαφή. Και όταν τους δίνεις κάτι έτοιμο, μετά είναι που σοκάρονται και λένε, α, ναι, είναι δικό μου τώρα. Στα ψιλοθαργίδια μου, το έχω.
That's why I'm so excited for startups right now. It is because the world is still sleeping on all this to such an astonishing degree. Yeah. And then you have like the YC founders being like, no, I'm gonna like do this amazing thing and do it very quickly. Yeah. It reminds me of when Facebook almost missed mobile. Because they were making web software and they were really good at it. Yeah. And like they had to buy Instagram, like Snapchat, and WhatsApp. So it's interesting. The platform shift is always built by the people who are young with no prior knowledge. I think it's great.
Και πάλι μπαίνει η έννοια της μάθησης στο τι μπορείς να κάνεις. Όσα λιγότερα ξέρεις, τόσα περισσότερα μπορείς να κάνεις. Όσα περισσότερα ξέρεις, τόσα λιγότερα μπορείς να κάνεις.
So there's this other aspect that's interesting in that I think you and Elon and Bezos and a bunch of people out there, like they sort of start their journey as founders, really, whether it's Looped or Zip2 or, really in maybe pure software, like it's just a different thing that they start and then later they, sort of get to level up. Is there a path that you recommend at this point? If people are thinking, I want to work on the craziest hard tech thing first, should they just run towards that to the extent they can? Or is there value in, sort of solving the money problem first, being able to invest your own money, like very deeply into the next thing? It's a really interesting question. It was definitely helpful that I could just like write the early checks for OpenAI. And I think it would have been hard to get somebody else to do that at the very beginning. And then Elon did a lot and much.
Εντάξει, το AI είναι μόνο στο τομέα στον οποίο αυτοί που είναι στον τομέα και είναι αυτοί που κάνουν τον κώδικα, είναι αυτοί που παίρνουν το κασέρι. Δεν υπάρχει άλλο τομέα. Δηλαδή, άμα δεις τι παίρνει ο Σάτσκεβερ, ο Ηλία, θα κλάψεις. Δηλαδή, πριν 20 χρόνια, αν έλεγες ότι ένας προγραμματιστής θα παίρνει τόσα, θα σου έλεγα. Λέτε, δεν υπάρχει περίπτωση αυτός να βγάζει περισσότερα από το διευθυντή. Βγάζουν ουσιαστικά περισσότερα από το διευθυντή.
Higher scale, which I'm very grateful for, and then other people did after that. And there are other things that I've invested in that I'm really happy to have been able to support, and I think it would have been hard to get other people to do it.
So that's great for sure. And I did, like we were talking about earlier, learn these extremely valuable lessons. But I also feel like I kind of like was wasting my time, for lack of a better phrase, working on Loop. I definitely don't regret it. It's like all part of the tapestry of life, and I learned a ton and whatever else.
What would you have done differently? Or what would you tell yourself from like now to in a time travel capsule that would show up on your desk at Stanford when you were 19?
Well, it's hard because AI was always the thing I most wanted to do. And AI just, like I went to school to study AI. But at the time I was working in the AI lab, the one thing that they told you is definitely don't work on neural networks. We tried that, it doesn't work. That's a long time ago. I think I could have picked a much better thing to work on than Loop. I don't know exactly what it would have been, but it all works out, it's fine. Yeah, there's this long history of people building more technology to help improve other people's lives, and I actually think about this a lot. Like I think about the people that made that computer, and I don't know them.
Το καλό με την τεχνολογία, σε αντίθεση με την επιστήμη, τις καθαρές επιστήμες, δηλαδή μαθηματικά, φυσική, χημεία, δεν υπάρχουν άλλες, είναι ότι μπορείς στη τεχνολογία να φτιάξεις κάτι, να ξεκινήσεις να φτιάχνεις κάτι και να φτιάξεις κάτι πανεφερές στο τέλος ή κάτι τελείως διαφορετικό. Αλλά στο τέλος θα έχεις φτιάξει κάτι. Στην επιστήμη μπορεί να ξεκινήσει με ένα πρόβλημα, να το ξοδέψει 20 χρόνια για να το λύσει και να μην το λύσει. Ό,τι να είναι. Γι' αυτό οι άνθρωποι είναι τεράστιο ρίσκο να ασχοληθεί με ένα πρόβλημα στη φυσική, στα μαθηματικά. Μπορεί να μην το λύσει, δεν υπάρχει καμία εγγύηση. Αυτό που λέγαμε στην αρχή ότι κανείς δεν ξέρει τη λύση, όντως κανείς δεν την ξέρει.
You know, many of them probably long retired, but I am so grateful to them.
Yeah.
And some people worked super hard to make this thing at the limits of technology. I got a copy of that on my 8th birthday, and it totally changed my life.
Yeah.
And the lives of a lot of other people too. They worked super hard. They never got a thank you from me, but I feel it to them very deeply. And it's really nice to get to like add our brick to that long road of progress.
Yeah. It's been a great year for OpenAI, not without some drama.
Always.
Yeah,
we're good at that.
What did you learn from sort of the ouster last fall, and how do you feel about some of the departures? I mean, teams do evolve, but how are you doing, man?
Έχουν και τζερτζελέ εκεί πέρα, έχουν και δράματα να πούμε.
Tired but good.
Yeah.
We kind of like speed run.
Έγινε κάτι. Εν τω μεταξύ να πούμε ότι η υποδιευθύντρια της AI είναι τύπησα η οποία είναι από την Αλβανία. Η Μουράτη, δεν θυμάμαι το όνομά της. Πολύ όμορφη γυναίκα.
Pretty big size tech company arc that would only take like a decade.
Η οποία έχει φύγει τώρα. Έχει φύγει και έχει κάνει το δικό της κομμάτι.
In 2 years. Like ChatGPT is less than 2 years old.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of painful stuff that comes with that. And there are, any company as it scales goes through management teams. At some rate, you have to sort of the people who are really good at the 0 to 1 phase are not necessarily people that.
Πώς θα γίνει να φέρουμε τη Μουράτη ή το Χασάμπι στην Ελλάδα για να δώσουμε μια ομιλία? Γείτονές μας είναι. Ο ένας είναι Έλληνας και οι άλλοι είναι από την Αλβανία. Γείτονές μας. Μπορούμε να τους φωνάξουμε. Ή τον. Πώς το λένε, το Μουσταφά, αυτό που έχει η Microsoft, το τμήμα τεχνητής νοημοσύνης τώρα. Γείτονάς μας, Τούρκος. Φωνάξτε τους ρε φίλοι να μιλήσουν. Ξέρετε αγγλικά, υποτίθεται εκεί πέρα στη Βουλή.
At the 1 to 10 or the 10 to the 100 phase, we've also kind of like changed what we're going to be. Made plenty of mistakes along the way, done a few things really right, and that comes with a lot of change. And I think the goal of the company, the immersion AGI, however you want to think about it, is like just keep making the best decisions we can at every stage. But it does lead to a lot of change. I hope that we are heading towards a period now of more calm, but I'm sure there will be other periods in the future where things are very dynamic again.
So, I guess how does OpenAI actually work right now? I mean, the quality and like the pace that you're pushing right now, I think is like beyond world class compared to a lot of the other, really established software players like who came before.
This is the first time ever where I felt like we actually know what to do. Like I think from here to building an AGI will still take a huge amount of work. There are some known unknowns, but I think we basically know what to go do. And it'll take a while, it'll be hard, but that's tremendously exciting. I also think on the product side, there's more to figure out, but roughly we know what to shoot at and what we want to optimize for. That's a really exciting time. And when you have that clarity, I think you can go pretty fast.
Yeah.
If you're willing to say, we're going to do these few things, we're going to try to do them very well. And our research path is fairly clear, our infrastructure path is fairly clear, our product path is getting clearer.
Bro, και infrastructure, υποδομές είναι ξεκάθαρες. Από πού και ως πού?
We for a long time did not have that. We were a true research lab. And even when you know that, it's hard to act with the conviction on it because there's so many other good things you would like to do. But the degree to which you can get everybody aligned and point at the same thing is a significant determinant in how fast you can move.
Alignment είναι η συνισταμένη που έλεγα, η ευθυγράμμιση αυτή ουσιαστικά που θες όλοι οι άνθρωποι στην εταιρεία να σκέφτονται ακριβώς το ίδιο πράγμα.
I mean, it sounds like we went from level 1 to level 2 very recently, and that was really powerful. And then we actually just had our O1 hackathon at YC. Yeah, that was so impressive. That was super fun. And then weirdly, one of the people who won, I think they came in third, was Camfer. And so CAD-CAM startup, did YC recently last year or two, and they were able to, during the hackathon, build something that would iteratively improve an airfoil from something that wouldn't fly to literally something that had that was awesome, a competitive amount of lift. And I mean, that sort of sounds like level 4, which is, the innovator stage.
It's very funny you say that. I had been telling people for a while, I thought that the level 2 to level 3 jump was going to happen, but then the level 3 to level 4 jump was, level 2 to level 3 was going to happen quickly, and then the level 3 to level 4 jump was somehow going to be much harder and require some medium-sized or larger new ideas. And that demo and a few others have convinced me that you can get a huge amount of innovation just by using these current models in really creative ways.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's what's interesting is basically Camfer already built sort of the underlying software for CAD-CAM, and then language is sort of the interface to the large language model which then can use the software like tool use. And then if you combine that with the idea of code gen, that's kind of a scary, crazy idea, right? Like, not only can the large language model code, but it can create tools for itself and then compose those tools similar to chain of thought.
Και τώρα έχουμε φτάσει σε AI βοηθό, δηλαδή τμήματα της νοημοσύνης να κάνουν διαφορετικά πράγματα. Αυτό το παραλληλισμό που έλεγα, δηλαδή αν κάνεις πράγματα παράλληλα, τον υπολογισμό, φτάνεις στο αποτέλεσμα πολύ πιο γρήγορα και αποδοτικά.
Well, a lot faster than people are appreciating right now.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting time to be alive, honestly.
You know, you mentioned earlier that thing about discover all of physics. I was wanting to be a physicist. It wasn't smart enough to be a good one. Had to like contribute in this other way, but.
Νάτος ρε φίλε, και αυτός λέει το ίδιο πράγμα με τον Μπέζο. Δεν ήμουν αρκετά έξυπνος όταν γίνω φυσικός.
The fact that somebody else, I really believe, is now going to go solve all the physics with this stuff. Like, I'm so excited to be alive for that.
Let's get to level 4.
So happy for whoever that person is. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about level 3, 4, and 5 briefly?
Yeah, so we realized that AGI had become this like badly overloaded word, and people meant all kinds of different things. And we tried to just say, okay, here's our best guess, roughly, of the order of things. You have these level 1 systems, which are these chatbots. There'd be level 2 that would come, which would be these reasoners. We think we got there earlier this year with the L1 release. 3 is agents, ability to go off and do these longer term tasks. Maybe like multiple interactions with an environment, asking people for help when they need it, working together, all of that. I think we're going to get there faster than people expect. 4 is innovators, like that's like a scientist, and that's ability to go explore like a not well understood phenomena over like a long period of time and understand what's just kind of go just figure it out. And then level 5, this is the sort of slightly amorphous, like do that but at the scale of a whole company or a whole organization or whatever. That's going to be a pretty powerful thing.
Yeah. And it feels kind of frightful, right? Like, even the things you have to do to get to 2 sort of rhyme with level 5. And then you have multiple agents that then self-correct, that work together. I mean, that kind of sounds like an organization to me, just at like a very micro level. Do you think that we'll have, I mean, you famously talked about it, I think Jake talks about it, it's like you will have companies that make, billions of dollars per year and have like less than 100 employees, maybe 50, maybe 20 employees, maybe 1.
It does seem like that. I don't know what to make of that other than it's a great time to be a startup founder.
Yeah.
But it does feel like that's happening to me.
Yeah.
It's like one person plus 10,000 GPUs.
Pretty happen. Pretty powerful. Sam, what advice do you have for people watching who either about to start?
Λέω ότι θα έχεις έναν άνθρωπο και 10.000 GPUs κάρτες γραφικών. Σωστικά θα έχεις όλους τους πόρους που χρειάζεται για να τρέξεις ένα GPT. Απλά αυτό που δεν μας λέει είναι πως η υποδομή αυτή θα είναι αποκεντρωμένη. Οκ, μάγκα μου, να την έχεις εσύ, αλλά τι γίνεται αν δεν έχεις ρεύμα, ξέρω εγώ, εκεί που είσαι. Δεν θα την έχουμε ούτε εμείς.
Or just started their startup.
Bet on this tech trend, like bet on this trend. We are not near the saturation point. The models are going to get so much better so quickly. What you can do as a startup founder with this versus what you could do without it is so wildly different. And the big companies, even the medium-sized companies.
Εντάξει, αυτή η συνέντευξη είναι όντως επενδυτική ιδέα, γιατί μπορείς, άμα ξέρεις πράγματα για τη Microsoft, ένα και ένα κάνουν 2.
Even the startups that are a few years old, they're already on like quarterly planning cycles, and Google is on it.
Και όχι μόνο για τη Microsoft, για την Nvidia, γιατί η μόνη εταιρεία που βγάζει αυτή τη στιγμή κάρτες γραφικών ανταγωνιστικές είναι η Nvidia.
Year, decade planning cycle, I don't know how they even do it anymore. But your advantage with speed and focus and conviction and the ability to react to how fast the technology is moving, that is the number one edge of a startup, kind of ever.
Αρχίζει και μιλάει για τεχνολογικό δαρβινισμό ότι πας. Η ταχύτητα προσαρμογής είναι αυτό που θα σου εξασφαλίσει επιβίωση.
Actually, right now. So I would definitely like build something with AI, and I would definitely like take advantage of the ability to see a new thing and build something that day rather than like put it into a quarterly planning cycle. I guess the other thing I would say is it is easy when there's a new technology platform to say, well, because I'm doing something with AI, the laws of business don't apply to me. I have this magic technology, and so I don't have to build a moat or a competitive edge or a better product. It's because I'm doing AI and you're not, so that's all I need. And that's obviously not true. But what you can get are these short-term explosions of growth by embracing a new technology more quickly than somebody else, and remembering not to fall for that. And then you still have to build something of enduring value. I think that's what we keep in mind too.
Yeah, everyone can build an absolutely incredible demo right now, but
everyone can build an incredible demo.
But building a business, man, that's the brass ring.
The rules still apply. You can do it faster than ever before and better than ever before, but you still have to build a business.
What are you excited about in 2025?
Άρα ορίστε, δεν θα απάντηση αν η τεχνητή νοημοσύνη θα μας καταστρέψει. Όχι. Απλά χρειαζόμαστε να τα κάνουμε όλα επιχειρηματικές ιδέες. Θα έχουμε ουσιαστικά TikTokers επιχειρηματίες. Πόρε φίλ. Που χρησιμοποιούν το AI για να πουλάνε, να κάνουν δεν ξέρω και εγώ τι.
Yeah. Excited for that. What am I excited for? Or a kid. I'm more excited for that than anything I've ever been.
Incredible.
Yeah, probably that. That's going to be really something I'm like most excited for ever in life.
Yeah, it changes your life completely. So
I cannot wait.
Well, here's to building that better world for our kids and really hopefully the whole world.
This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for hanging out, Sam. Thank you.
Αυτό ήταν, ναι. Ciao.